So for the next session, we will have Fengping Zeng, CTO of Kopi Kenangan, as well. It will be moderated by Hankai, Solution Architect from Alibaba Cloud in Asia. So Fengping Zeng is going to talk about retail best practice from offline to online real-time operation.
Hi everyone, I'm CTO of Kopi Kenangan. Thanks for Ali Cloud to give me the opportunity to share what we do for digitalization and share some experience from our practice. Kopi Kenangan was started in 2017. Our mission is to provide high quality fresh coffee to Indonesian consumers with affordable price, with a goal of serving a cup of joy one cup at one time. So our products have been well accepted by Indonesian consumers. We initially started as one small shop with a grab and go concept. Today we have 600 stores in Indonesia, and we serve more products for customers, not only in drinks and coffee. Now we actually serve fried chickens, cookies, high-end dining coffee, bread, rice, frogs. We will develop more products to meet the customers' expectation in future. When Kopi Kenangan started in 2017, we do not have a centralized system connecting all stores. We purchased a POS machine for each store and rely on their cloud service to do sales reporting. When we grow bigger and bigger, a few pain points becomes more serious. 3 years after Kopi Kenangan first store started, we launched a mobile app. In that time, we have about 200 stores. And this app is to try to solve a few pain points. The first pain points we got is we need to have loyalty program for customers. Give them Kenangan points when customer purchase coffee. We also want to give them birthday gifts or some secret surprise. However, we do not have customer information. No contact, no birthday. Even don't know whether they are new customer or existing customer. As there's a long queue in store, barista does not have time to collect the customer profile. Actually, even collected, it's hard to manage manually. When customer purchase coffee in store, they actually need to wait in too long queue. The first queue is they ask a barista to place an order for them. The second queue is they need to wait in the queue to pick up coffee. When there's a big promotion, this waiting time can be a few hours, which is very painful for our customer experience. The last one is it's hard to get in feedbacks for customer needs. And it's very hard for our customer to specify their needs when ordering, because when they are ordering in the queue, the waiting time, the time for them is very limited. You do not want to keep the people who wait after you waiting too long. Given those contexts, we release a mobile app for customer to order directly from us online. With this app, their loyalty points can be awarded automatically. And we can offer a few promotion programs to them regularly. We can show customer when their coffee will be ready. And they do not need to wait in the store. They can come to store when coffee about ready. We also allow customer to specify some free text for their special requirement. By analyzing those requirements, we also know if this requirement is a common requirement for a lot of customers. If it really is, we will make this as a standard option for more customers. This chart shows the overall supporting system we did. We not only release one app for customer purchase, but also digitalize all the operations. For store operation, we have a tablet app where barista can update their status and the customer can verify their order for pickup. We also have a smart manager app for daily operation. Store team can order raw materials for providers. Also, if they are suddenly short of some materials, for example, they need some cups, they can ask inventory support from nearby stores. They can report issues, submit a service request if they need needs. We also build a CS dashboard to support a centralized CS system, CS team. If there's any issue from customer can contact customer service team. And the majority of issue can be served by customer service team without involving store teams. Before we have this system, customer service is responsible by store team. There's no centralized way for us to process the order in real time. For operation managers, we provide monitoring and reports. They specify a few criteria, and the monitors are set up based on those criteria. System will alarm them when some of the condition is triggered. This helps them to know emergency without relying on any manual reporting involved. For example, if a store has very long queue, system will alarm. They will check with store what happens and try to react accordingly. Operation managers can get reporting same day, which enable them to make a decision based on data, especially for events. Same day report is very important for us to adjust our operation. As the data is big, reporting is a lot of resource, so we build a data warehouse for this purpose. So here I highlight some benefits we got from digitalization. The first one is we actually get a faster order processing. Store team can focus on serving food and drink. Previously, their role is very complicated. They need to make food. They also need to serve as a customer service. Even sometimes they need to do the issue tracking. We also have interactive customer service. Now we support online chatting for customer service. Customer can easily contact customer service to report an issue, and customer service can solve their issue without contacting store. So we also have the more convenient inventory management. They can request the inventory daily and no need to store inventory for a few days, because previous the process for the inventory request is very long. This is very important for the most of store, especially for the store with a very small space. And actually, system also allow data-driven operations. We have an ops on-call team to serve all the pre-alarm. Most of the issue can be solved in very early stage, instead of waiting for they already impact a lot of stores. So this chart shows our traffic in past 12 months. It has a few observation patterns here. So overall traffic, it increased a few times from January to December. The second is the traffic change. With the time is big, it can go up and go down. So you can see that the higher points maybe like a double times of the low points. The actual change is even bigger for ORA traffic. So peak ORA can be a few times for the normal ORAs. Based on this traffic pattern, we can get the fundamental requirement for a system. For availability, as store serving from morning to evening every day, we need to ensure the high availability. Customer will be very frustrated if they found they cannot buy coffee when they're already in store. For scalability, system spending needs to align with the the real traffic. We need to ensure we have enough resource to support the traffic. We also try to avoid waste when we do not need. So we need to scale up and down based on traffic. For the latency, we want a stable latency. Although the traffic up and down change can be a few times, we expect the limit latency increase less than 50%. If you did the latency increase more than 50%, the customer will have a previous experience see it's very slow when they're accessing. For the efficiency, we needed to support a deploy anytime without perceptual service stop. This also related with the availability. If there's one emergency, we need a deployment, we need to have this capability. We also try to limit impact to all customers for new features. So we need the capability to only make the new feature available to a controlled group of customers. Then we optimize this feature before we actually make this. For the team, We also try to have keep the team efficiency when we have more and more functions. We do not want to make the team increase too fast. Together with the feature, because we want to, actually, the team, even the feature grow, more and more, we want to keep the team small. So for this case, we need to improve the efficiency for each person, to have an environment for them to reduce distraction. So this chart is for our system today. Bottom layer is a basic dependency. There are only like 2 or 3 service Alibaba does not provide today, like a Zookeeper. Usually, when there is an option Alibaba provide as a hosted service, we actually do not do the setup by ourselves. So layer 1 and layer 2 service are we built by internal team to support the business logic. All those services are managed by Alibaba Cloud Kubernetes, those highlighted one. So in past 2 years, we continuously improve our service to accommodate for the Indonesia special IT environment. For example, the store network is not stable. It depends on the building network status. We make the system not have perceptual pulse, even if the network is not connected. So the store can continue with the operation very smoothly. I will share a few work we do for the 3 goals I mentioned before. So for the as a startup, we need to run fast.
And new retail F&B unicorn in the Southeast Asia is proud of Kopi Kenangan, also proud of Indonesia.
Okay, I'll start from the slides.
Sure. Thank you.
Yeah. So as a startup, we need to run faster. So it's unavoidable that some issue may happen in live service. So the key to maintain high availability is to buy time for emergency handling without service stop. All the work we do here is for this guideline. So first, we use Kubernetes. If we have some emergency happen, for example, a service may fail in a special condition, Kubernetes can maintain the service to a certain capacity. Then we can get some time to dig into the root cause and fix the issue without a service stop. The monitor, we do use a monitor and a pre-alarm. So we usually monitor P90 latency. When we got a P90 alarm, we will start looking into the issue and take the temporary solution to maintain serviceability. For example, we add more machines. Then come out an improvement for this issue. Once the improvement is done, and we will stop the temporary solution. So we also do the optimized latency. Actually, Ali Cloud RDS auditing log can provide a lot of hints for where we can do for the system improvement. We optimize server query every day and solve the potential issues when it is still in small traffic to avoid downtime in large traffic. So the last one we do is actually for each third-party dependency, we will have a plan B if possible, because when third-party dependency have issue, it's almost impossible to have them to resolve in 10 minutes. So in this situation, we will try to switch to backup routing and then ask partners for the issue resolving. So the major strategy for the scaling up is to remove bottlenecks. And for cost control is to auto scaling in short time and manual scaling in long period. So we actually use auto scaling to handle already peak traffic. This actually is a trade-off between the latency and availability. For long-term scaling up and down, we do manual operation, which can be aligned smoothly with business growth strategy, because we actually also need a cost efficiency for the scaling up and down. And actually, we also do the read-write separation. We use Alibaba Cloud ApsaraDB as a real-time database. It allows multiple reader-only nodes, which theoretically have no upper limit for reader operations, as long as you have enough nodes. Read-write separation will protect master nodes capacity for peak traffic. We also use Analytics DB for the data warehouse. To avoid the reporting and the monitoring, it's too much resource for real-time DB. We separated those reporting queries into a data warehouse. This can further protect the real-time DB and also provide a faster experience for reporting audience. One advantage for public cloud service is allowance going down. We can pay only based on the traffic, the real needs. So we actually leverage a few techniques to improve tech team efficiency. And I try to list a few examples here. For CI/CD, this allows us to release anytime without service interruption. And this is very important for team role, as they do not need to wait very late in the night to release. We also use microservice. We use microservice structure for all server. This can isolate the impacted scope for a specific issue, which is easier to figure out the root cause and maintain the service. Internally, we also build a service called Web Lab. This service allows us to release features into a control group of audience. And sometimes we can use this tool even to decouple the process of product team and the engineering team, which can accelerate the release process. The last one we do is we actually set up a PagerDuty for emergency alarm. It will call our engineer for emergencies. The team can focus on their work if their phone is not ringing. No need to put an eye on the monitor dashboard. This can release the mental pressure for the tech team, and this can also reduce the response time. This chart shows our latency change with traffic. We put much effort starting from May to do the latency optimization, and the trend shows the latency is actually stable even when the traffic is doubled after May. Thank you for your time.
Thank you, Ms. Zeng. Thank you for sharing the success story behind our retail unicorn. So just now I was sharing to the to all the audience, right? Kopi Kenangan is now the first retail and the F&B unicorn in Southeast Asia. So thank you for sharing so many stories behind. I do have a few questions to wrap up with you. So at the same time, if any audience have any questions regarding Kopi Kenangan, please feel free to share in the chat box as well. So the coffee industry has been keep changing in the past few years. Do you mind to sharing about what kind of trends the industry has been done and the industry is going to?
Okay, hello?
Yes, yeah.
Okay. I think in past few years, there's some obvious pattern for the F&B industry. Usually previously it's scattered small stores. Now it's actually the chain store mode. So during this transition, digitalization plays a very important role. It connects everything into an ecosystem. So this actually new chain store model, they are fully digitalized with a full cycle. So that's why it can support the process optimization from customer acquisition to the internal management, which makes it possible to provide a high quality coffee, high quality service with still relatively low price.
Okay, I heard you mention about the price to be reasonable, to be affordable. I think it's a very good news for all the consumers. Yeah. Then, what do you think Kopi Kenangan be distinguishable from other coffee business operators in your point of view?
And just to mention, we actually the goal for us is to try to provide a high quality fresh coffee and drinks, to Indonesian customer, but the price need to be affordable. So that's our guideline. That's why we spend a lot, time and bandwidth to try to optimize internal process to make sure the cost efficiency is there, and then we will further benefit the end customers.
I see. Seems a lot of factors are behind your success, right? So
Yeah.
In the last 1 year, right, 2021, have you faced some very challenging problems? Then do you mind to share how or what kind of problems you have faced, and how did you conquer those kind of technical problems? Yeah.
I see. So basically in 2021, we should have 600 stores, so the number is quite big. So how to manage those stores effectively is very important for us. So the major focus for the past 1 year we did is try to do the internal process optimization, how to manage internal process more effectively, so for example, like a supply chain management, internal operation, quality monitoring, how to know the customer real feedback based on metrics instead of, waiting for customer real like a text report or something. So this is the major thing we do in past 1 year.
I see. Thank you for sharing on that. I believe there are a lot, as you mentioned in your presentation, right? There are a lot of technical technology have been used in your tech stack. So do you mind to sharing the position of the Alibaba Cloud again in your tech stacks? And also, is there anything in particular you feel only Alibaba Cloud can do is a very unique point Alibaba Cloud can provide?
I see. So actually, we use a lot of Alibaba service, right? So as I said in the slides, like ApsaraDB virtual machine by storage. I do not want to list them one by one, but almost all the aspects, as long as there's Alibaba service there, we use that. So actually, current criteria for us is if there is a option can provide by AliCloud, we do not want to build by ourselves. This is a way how we try to save the maintenance cost. So for why we when we working with Alibaba for the past 2 years, the major thing we feel is first, Alibaba has a data center in Indonesia, which is very important for a lot of the service. For example, like a CDN web application by Word, it will be very effective to reduce the latency, even still get the like security or we try to get. Another thing I think working with Alibaba, we feel is they have very good supporting service. The response time is super fast. Whenever the issue happen, we can get a fast support. So this actually is very important for a startup because try to figure out whether the problem is Alibaba's problem or is ours problem. It takes a longer time. So the Alibaba will try to solve the problem first, without try to say this is your problem or not my problem. This actually helps us a lot.
Thank you, Ms. Zeng. There is a question from our audience. So from Haruni, then he asks, right? I see your IT infrastructure, which is commonly in today. So are these all infrastructure available on Alibaba Cloud, or you are combining with several resources? So I think his question is more about whether you are fully on Alibaba Cloud or you are combining with some other resources. Yeah.
We actually it's such a combined mode. So not everything is available in Alibaba Cloud. So majority of the fundamental service like a database, data warehouse, database, CDN, storage, and virtual machine, those are available in AliCloud. There's some other services we rely on, like third party, like how to monitor the application performance, or even do the page little call or engineer. Those are third-party surveys we purchase separately.
I see. Thank you, Ms. Zeng. There is one more question from Johannes. Then he is asking how to Kopi Kenangan to optimize the possible latency in small and high traffic.
You mean So basically, the most when we do not have traffic, when we first release the system, we actually use load test. We actually we do have a SDET team. They can pressure a lot of load test of our system. Then we test each model very carefully about the latency. And when we already launched to the system, we got enough traffic. We actually use the web lab to control the traffic percentage. We just try to give some traffic to certain service features to see how this feature react, because this is a reduce release time and release cycle.
Wow,